Your German listening sucks, and it's probably not why you think. It is not your ears, it is not the speed, and no, it is not the grammar. The real issue, your vocabulary. I used to struggle so badly with German listening. I would watch videos, listen to podcasts, and still feel like everyone was speaking way too fast. For a long time, I blamed my ears. I thought maybe German is just too hard. But then I realized something that changed everything. It wasn't a listening problem, it was a vocabulary problem. And the truth is, your brain can't recognize what it doesn't already know. If you don't have the words stored up, and I mean really familiar, like second nature, your ears won't hear them, no matter how slow someone speaks them. You won't recognize them. So once I stopped chasing better listening and started building a smarter vocabulary system, things finally clicked. And the best part, I didn't have to study more. I just made listening work for me passively, lazily, and effectively. In this video, I will show you the exact three-step system I use to improve my German listening without burning out and how you can do it. Number one, curate the right vocabulary and learn it slowly. You don't need to memorize 1,000 random words from a textbook. You just need the right words. The ones that actually show up in conversations, in writings, in shows, in everyday life. Here's how to do it. Choose a source to get your vocabulary from. And then select 4 or 5 useful words each day from the vocabulary you created. Not just any words. Start with common verbs, linking words, time expressions. At the B1, B2 level, think of words like allerdings, sowieso, vermeiden, ausreichen, und sich bemühen. Then say them aloud. Picture how they'd be used. For example, ich bemühe mich, jeden Tag Deutsch zu sprechen. Das reicht völlig aus. Hat den Fehler vermieden. You can even make up a mini story using your selected words for the day. The goal isn't to cram, it is to build comfort and repetition. Once those words becomes yours, they will start popping up in whatever you hear and your brain will recognize them effortlessly. In the description is a link to the video where I talked about how I learned 300 German vocabulary in 1 month without stress. I work full time and I have other things on my table and how it improved my listening skills. Check it out. Step 2. Reinforce through easy German stories. Now that you are collecting useful vocabulary, it is time to hear those words in action. Don't jump straight into full speed podcasts or Netflix dramas. Start with beginner friendly stories that speak clearly and slowly. There are channels made just for this, like Learn German Through Stories or Deutsch Lernen Deutsch Hören. They use basic vocabulary, repeat phrases naturally, and speak at a pace you can follow and enjoy the story at the same time. The best thing is you don't have to do active listening. You can play the video while doing chores or settling to sleep. This is what I do. I choose one story and listen to it multiple times across a few days. The first time, I only caught the obvious words. By the second or third time, entire sentences started making sense. Context fills in the blanks. And because stories repeat words in different ways, you start to learn not just the words, but the rhythm and structure of the language too. This is where listening becomes less about guessing and more about recognizing. The last step, layer in real German content and make it enjoyable. Once your brain has a foundation of common words and phrases, it's ready for more natural German. Here is where real life content comes in. Daily vlogs, cooking shows, simple travel videos, podcasts like Daily German, and yes, movies. You don't have to understand everything. In fact, the goal here is not to translate every word, but to get used to the flow. And if you are someone who loves movies, this is a golden opportunity. Try this. Watch 75% of your movie Watch 75% of your movie time in German and 25% in your native language or other languages you enjoy. Why? Because watching movies in German, even without pausing or studying, trains your ear passively. You start recognizing tones, intonation, word order, and common expressions, and also colloquial sentences by just hearing them. German subtitles help, but don't overuse them. Let the scenes, the visuals, and the stories support your understanding. And over time, your brain starts to fill in more and more of the meaning on its own. This step is about exposure, enjoyable, natural, and low pressure exposure that builds on everything you've done in step one and two. So here is the system in action. First, create a mini list of useful vocabulary each day. Just 4 to 5 words. Make them familiar, not just memorize. Then reinforce these words through slow story based listening repetition. Repetition is your best friend. Finally, bring everything together with real world content, vlogs, shows. Make German part of your entertainment routine and your listening will level up without extra time study. This isn't magic, you just smart learning. Each step makes the next one easier. Vocabulary feeds listening, stories build confidence, real content keeps it alive and growing. So if you're serious about improving your listening, you don't need more grammar exercises. You need a plan that fits into your actual life, something you can do consistently, even on lazy days. And if consistency is something you struggle with, I made a separate video on how to build habits that stick, especially when motivation is low. Check that out if you want to keep your momentum going. Now, go learn your funny words today and if you found this video helpful, please leave me a comment and a like. See you next time.